Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Raizul Rahimi bin Harith and my partner Abd Latif bin Ismail. We will be presenting our summary analysis about the topic of risk and return in conventional and Islamic investment. For introduction, everyone has taken a risk. Risk means a person makes a decision that may have a positive or negative impact on his or her life. For example, in investment or in financial equity, the term of equity risk refers to the danger of investing in stock. The market price of stock fluctuates all the time, depending on supply and demand. The risk of losing money due to the reduction in the market price of share is known as equity risk. In investing, risk and return are two important concepts that are closely related. That is, in general, the higher the risk, the higher the chance of making a profit. In the dictionary of investing, risk is any uncertainty about your investment that has the potential to harm your financial well-being is referred to as risk. In investing, there are two types of risk and return. If a person does not like to take a risk, then he is categorized as a passive investor. Passive investors are more suitable to invest in a low-risk investment instrument, such as a fixed deposit and amanah saham Bumi Putra, ASB. On the other hand, if one dares to take risk, then a more suitable option is to invest in the stock market. In stock investing, an investor can lose capital at any time, but the stock market also promises high return because investors have the opportunity to receive capital gains if the price per share increases significantly, and also dividends if the company makes a profit. Okay, for the majority of studies on the stock market performance have always been conducted for conventional market. However, there has only been a little amount of research done on the performance of the Islamic stock market. Here we'll see whether there is more risk than return for Islamic investment than the conventional market.
Okay, I will talk about literature review. According to Mardia 2017 states that the main purpose of investment is to maximize returns and minimize risk. Therefore, an investor needs to make an analysis of the potential returns or risk from investing in the stock. Therefore, investors need to predict the returns and risk of the stock they will buy. The calculation of returns and risk is based on historical data collected by investors in the form of stock price and dividends. Based on this data, investors can analyze the likelihood of return, commonly referred to as expected return, and minimize risk deviation from expected return from stock investment. In a study conducted by NOR 2020 on 12 Bumi Putras who have successfully increased their income through stock investment in Bursa Malaysia, found that capital is not the main factor of a person being successful in stock investment, but rather the mastery of knowledge related to stock investment, master information related to current market condition, ongoing advice from mentors, discipline in each investment plan, and with emotional control. This is further strengthened by the views of Kirana 2022. He stated that to avoid risk arising from investment activities carried out, alternatives shall be made in decision making. The alternative decision taken are considered realistic and will not pose a problem in the future. Such are considered part of the investment strategy. The variety of strategy decision will result in greater value for the company. Where the follow-up to his strategic decision is to involve the maximum available resources to implement the decision and determine the party responsible for this implementation. This means that the risk that arises is a form of reality that occurs, where the risk is always difficult to avoid, but the risk tries to occur in very minimal amount. According to Hanif 2011, existing technical equity pricing models are very much relevant under the Sharia framework, with the exception of risk-free return, which does not exist in the Islamic financial system. By removing risk-free returns and introducing inflation, the traditional conventional asset pricing model can be converted into a Sharia compliance asset pricing model. Islamic finance is designed to operate inside existing business environment while adhering to Sharia rules. So rather than reinventing a new model, as pioneers in the Islamic financial system did, only minor changes to existing literature are required to bring it into compliance with Sharia. Comparative testing of traditional and Sharia compliance asset pricing models is an area of huge research.
Okay. Meanwhile, according to APES 2012, he uses the data from June 2002 to April 2012. Comprehensive international data set comprising 35 indices from established and emerging market and found out that the return pattern throughout the sample period demonstrate that for most developed and emerging market, both Islamic and conventional indices follow the same trend. Both indices have seen significant decrease in return throughout the time period of the study being made. He uses the method of the t-test in this method to determine the mean difference between the two indices and found out that except the data from Italy and Australia, there is no substantial difference in mean between the Islamic and conventional indices. Then he continued to study if there is a leverage effect on both of the indices and found out that for both conventional and Islamic indices, he discovered an asymmetric relationship between return and volatility. This implies that leverage impact risk exists in all markets. Then he also studies the if there is a significant difference between Islamic market indices and conventional market indices. He uses the conventional asset pricing model and a difference in Sharpe ratio test. According to the Sharpe ratio test, there is no substantial difference between Islamic and conventional index return. He concluded his study by stating that Islamic equities, according to the report, are practicable and ethical investing option for Muslim investors since they allow them to invest their money in accordance with their religious conviction without sacrificing financial returns. According to Mariam Farid et al. 2021, that including Islamic bond in a portfolio is an excellent way for investors to diversify their investment. The significant and favorable result of Sukuk and reinforce the idea that investors can reduce risk while earning high profit. Conventional retail are more influenced by the market force, indicating an inefficient market due to the effect on interest rate, but Sukuk asset create more beneficial return. As a result, it is concluded that Islamic financing is required for investors to reduce their risk to the lowest possible level. International and domestic investors can put funds to conventional and Islamic bonds, which offer attractive returns.
Conclusion: to conclude the risk and return from the aspect of Islamic investment can be said that there is no difference with the conventional risk and return. By the slight adjustment toward to conventional pricing asset model, it can be changed to Sharia compliance that is to remove the risk-free return which is not available in Islamic. We can see that the risk is there in any market, whether it is conventional or Islamic, and there is no different in return to both market and Muslim can stick to the Islamic guidance is investing and not losing the chance to get financial profit. We can say that Sukuk can reduce the risk, but the return will be higher to it asset create more beneficial returns, and conventional return depend of the market fast. Okay, the all from us. Thank you for listening. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.